survival, the playoffs and the title. It's all still to play for in the EFL this Saturday in what will be a gargantuan 90 minutes. Welcome back, football fans, to another episode of the Prediction Show. In this one, we are going to cover all the permutations of the Championship final day, which takes place on Saturday, 12:30. We will use the Football Form Guide tool as well to see just how these teams have got to this current state of affairs at both ends of the table. Those teams near the bottom of the table, teams like Preston, teams like Stoke, they're going to be very, very nervous ahead of this weekend. And of course, as always, we will be using this data to power our predictions this weekend. So if you're ready, without further ado, let's get into it. I thought we would start by taking a look at the permutations and then we'll jump to the form guide. So let's get going with the permutations. So here are the permutations. Follow along if you can and add your comments down below. Who is going to get relegated? Who is going to take those playoff spots? Will it be Bristol City, who are hosting Preston? They need a result to stay in the playoffs. Preston, as we can see here, 20th, 49 points, negative 11 goal difference. They must win to guarantee their survival. The probability model on OddAlerts here, our prediction 62.6% for a home victory. Burnley hosting Millwall. Burnley and Leeds both chasing 100 points, both chasing that Championship title. Millwall just outside the playoffs on goal difference, so a win gives them a shot at taking a playoff spot. They are one of the informed teams in the division, as we will see in the next section. Coventry against Middlesbrough, another pick of the bunch for Saturday's games. Coventry is 6. They have stumbled a little bit recently, but if they win this game, they are likely to keep their place in the playoffs. For Middlesbrough, it could be make or break for Michael Carrick at Middlesbrough at this game. They need 3 points to stay in the race, and they do have the best goal difference out of all teams, including Coventry, who they face here. The probability model is narrowly giving Coventry the edge in this one. Derby hosting Stoke, 19th hosting 18th, and a win for Derby does the job. A draw does not guarantee anything for them. Derby have picked up massively since John Eustace came in. Took a few weeks, but he's got some very, very big results and now is a victory away from guiding them to safety. For Stoke, if they lose this game, they can be relegated. Another team that can be relegated and probably will be relegated is Plymouth. They need a 14-goal swing to survive. It is not happening. I repeat, it is not happening. I was about to say crazier things have happened, but they absolutely have not. That would be bonkers. Leeds have been so good this season, still fighting for 100 points, and of course, just like Burnley, the title. Portsmouth are safe, and they are hosting Hull City. Well done to Portsmouth. For Hull, nothing less than a win will do. Where is Liam Rosenior when you need him? Sheffield United, Blackburn. Sheffield United will finish third, so they are sure to have one eye on the playoffs. For Blackburn, they need a win and they need help from elsewhere to make the playoffs. They have a positive goal difference and the probability model, as you can see, favouring Sheffield United, but do keep an eye on that lineup. Blackburn do have a good chance here, given that Sheffield United will likely rotate. West Brom hosting Luton. West Brom fans will just want the season to end, no doubt about that. For Luton, they have the worst goal difference of all those teams apart from Plymouth, who we've mentioned. I think they're already gone. They need a win, and they've given themselves a great chance in recent weeks. 3 wins on the bounce, as we will see in a moment when we go to the form guide page. Yeah, so some interesting permutations there, and I think you've got to say for Plymouth, it looks like they are as good as down already. One more thing I wanted to show you, I'll put it on screen now, courtesy of Sky Sports, got to say that bit, is just a league ranking tracker, as you can see. Quite interesting to watch teams like Blackburn, who started the season pretty well, Preston, who have been up and down, but now, nearly down. Coventry also interesting to watch. Just thought you would appreciate that as we go into that final day, as the graphic is or should be finishing around about now. We are now going to take a look at the football form guide. We're going to turn our attention to the football form guide and, of course, this pivotal 90 minutes of action in the Championship. Let's go. So this is the football form guide page. You can use it to check who is performing across the last 10, 15, 20, 30 games across all leagues. We are, of course, looking at the EFL Championship. You can access this tool in the description, so you can use it for the Premier League or the Championship or any league this weekend. And as we can see, we start with games won, and no team has won more than Burnley, and they'll be hoping to keep that going and clinch the title on Saturday. Leeds are third, incidentally winning just 6 out of 10, which is a bit of a drop-off for them. They are away at Plymouth. As we saw earlier, they need a 14-goal swing. It is safe to say they are going down because Leeds, away from home this season, 0.77 goals conceded per game away from home. So I can't see Plymouth scoring 14 and also not conceding. Don't know about you. However, if you feel they will go down fighting, I think they will. BTTS and over 2.5 goals at 2.25 is a decent option, even just BTTS at 1.9, because listen, Leeds are going to score. They're going to score more than once. Can Plymouth get a goal just to make things a little bit interesting early on? Will they keep fighting even if Leeds continue to keep scoring? I think at 1.9 it is a good option because Plymouth will not want to go down getting absolutely smashed without any sort of response. So 1.9 for BTTS looks good there to me, and I do believe there will be over 2.5 goals as well. So that is a selection potentially. We will keep going on the football form guide and see what else we can find. Now, if we scroll down to the bottom of the form guide, we see that there are 3 teams that have won just once in the last 10 games, and 2 of them are playing against each other. Preston North End really showing relegation form. Cardiff already relegated, having won just 1 out of the last 10. They are away at Norwich, who sacked their manager. Jack Wilshere came in, got a 0-0 away at Middlesbrough, which is a fantastic result given that Middlesbrough needed as many points as they could get to chase the playoffs. And now Norwich end with a home game. I think Jack Wilshere will end on a high with a victory. And we can see that the bookies are thinking the same thing. 1.61 gets added to my shortlist here. And let me know what you think about this one in the comments, of course. Are Norwich going to be that much better? How much of a boost can Jack Wilshere give them on what is his first home game as manager? And as we scroll up, we will see that Luton, where are you? They've won 5 of the last 10 games. They are playing West Brom away from home, who have won just 2 of the last 10 games. West Brom, in fact, have won just once since early March. Their fans will just want the season to end. I doubt there will be a great attendance for that game, to be honest. And it gives Luton a great chance of survival, to be honest. As you can see, they've won 5 out of 10 recently, but better than that, they have won the last 3 games. Their goal difference will be a concern, so it just means they have to win this game, and I think they stand a pretty good chance at doing so. Now, Millwall away at Burnley. We saw on the form guide that they are performing very well at the moment. They've won 7 of the last 10 games, and I am going to back them to score a goal. If this was a routine fixture, it's 1.72. That's why I'm going with it. I think they're very, very good odds. If this was a routine fixture around January, February, whenever, Burnley win this game 1-0, 2-0, professional job, easy does it. But Millwall, I feel like there isn't too much pressure on them, yet they know if they get a victory, they will have a great chance of getting in the playoffs, given that other results can go their way, and given that they're only outside the playoffs by goal difference at this moment in time. So Millwall to simply score a goal looks a good option. Let me know what you think about this, and of course, have to caveat with the fact that Burnley have the best defence in England, possibly in Europe at the moment, but this is the final day of the season and anything can and usually does happen. Speaking of goals scored, let's move over to that section and we will see that Leeds have scored more than anyone else. In fact, Burnley are also up there. So Burnley and Leeds, 21 goals in the last 10 games. Leeds conceding more, of course, because they've only won 6, haven't they? Derby County up there as well. They're playing Stoke. And as I say, Derby, I think, are a good option for the victory there. I think they can do it, but both of these teams might take a draw depending on how results are going. Who is not scoring goals? Any teams that need goals? West Brom 7 in the last 10. Watford, Cardiff. Hull City not doing what they can at the minute. Middlesbrough. Luton have got 10 in 10, but all these teams down here, Sunderland are in the playoffs. West Brom, nothing to play for. Watford, nothing to play for. Cardiff already down. And Hull City away at Portsmouth. Could they be heading to League One? Now we'll look at over 2.5 goals. You've got Plymouth. As I say, I do fancy over 2.5 goals and BTTS for this one. 9 of the last 10 games have ended that way for Plymouth. And for Preston as well, I don't know how you approach this game if you're Preston away at Bristol City. Bristol City will want to win. Preston need to win to guarantee their survival. It's going to be tricky. QPR Sunderland could be an exciting game, but it could also go the other way, given that both teams have very little to play for. Sunderland already in the playoffs. Now we'll take a look at BTTS, shall we? Bristol City 8 out of 10, Preston 8 out of 10, and they are playing each other. Will that trend continue? Or will we see a bit of a tighter game, a nervier game, a game where the coaches and managers at the side are sort of keeping one eye on OddAlerts, looking at the scores? And Plymouth, again, backing up what we have been thinking, 7 of their last 10 games, Norwich City as well. QPR, their games have been exciting and good for goals recently as well. At the other end of this, we do not see Burnley, so that is a good sign, really. Where are Burnley in this? Because we want a Millwall goal. 5 out of their last 10 games, so Millwall to score 1.72 is looking pretty good. So that has been the football form guide. Now I'm going to jump back to Bet365 and I'm going to trim the fat off some of this, and let's see what we are left with for this final day championship double or treble. Let's see. Here we are then, Norwich to win. I'm going to go for Jack Wilshere, bring in some good times and some positivity and hope for next season to Carrow Road as they face already down, doomed and devastated Cardiff. And Burnley to concede a goal. It has happened in 5 of the last 10 games. And I think Millwall, with what is on offer, if they go and get it, will do that. And Plymouth, I'm hoping they go down fighting and score a goal against Leeds as well, who could be in party mode given that they can win the title here. And Plymouth, maybe Plymouth score first in that game and then Leeds come back and win. So 5.32. Hope you enjoyed the form guide there and the analysis and the predictions that we put together. What are you on for this weekend? Let us all know in the comments. Thank you for watching as always. If you're not subscribed, please do. If this is your first time watching, I would love some feedback on these videos. I'm not at my green screen yet. I'm not actually at my office at the moment. So hopefully we'll be soon and we can get back to doing the green screen videos, which are much more interactive and whatnot. But yeah, can't wait for this final round of the championship games. I'm going to be on X live from around 6 p.m. From around midday UK time, covering the championship games, maybe some live in-play selections as well, following the pressure, following the permutations as things happen. As I say, I don't think we'll be covering a 14-0 victory for Plymouth, but crazier things have not happened. So yes, I will see you in the next one.